Hi, everybody. This is Gwenievere Maria. I'm going live from California. It said to rotate my phone, so I have no idea whether I'm upside down or not. This is all new for me, but I feel so much better connecting with you live and then instead of doing a video. So hello to all my beloveds from all over the world, and you in San Francisco and California and all of the United States and Japan. Hello. I hope you're safe. I hope you're well, of course, and I hope you know that you're not alone. I've been thinking about what I want to say, and what I'd like to do is do like a weekly meditation. I just put my book out, and I wanted to share the meditations that are in my book. They're foolproof. I've been teaching these meditations that are in my book for almost 40 years, and they go through the chakras. And so we are on the sacred journey home, which is the name of my book, and we are journeying deeper into ourselves, and that's what the journey is about, is returning to our own soul, to the essence of our own being. So that's what I'd like to share with you. How do we do that? How do we go deeper with that? And how do we access what is sustainable and true for us, no matter what's going on in the world? So that's what I'd like to do. I was going to start this meditation later on tonight, but I would like to offer it now. I'm hoping that everything is online, and there's a little note there, so I'm going to look at that right now and see what that is. Oh, I have somebody from Sweden saying hello. This is so wonderful. I hope you all join me, because that's how we connect these days, right? I came from a world of touching everybody and holding everybody. I mean, my whole practice was loving people, and I would kiss their tears, and I would hold them, and we would laugh together, and we would hold each other, and that's how we healed. And many of you may remember those times with me. We had services every Sunday for almost 20 years, and people would come up, and we would hold each other and hug each other and cry in each other's arms. And it just seems so foreign now that we can't even touch anyone. So my prayer is that our fears will be put to rest at some point, and that we will come back to loving one another and not being afraid to connect, and showing each other through touch and through healing and through energy work that they are not alone. But this is what we have right now, and so I'm really grateful that I can share this with you. What I'd like to do is share a little bit about my book. Not a lot, just that it is the sacred journey home, and the book takes you on my journey through the Amazon, and how I learned that I had to say no to things that were dangerous, to things that were harming me, before I could begin my spiritual journey. And that felt so important to me, and it feels important now, that we're all on a spiritual journey. But what can be in our way is whatever it is that's harming us, that we're not saying no to. So I encourage you, I support you to say no to anything in your life that is saying, this doesn't work for me, I don't want this in my life anymore, and turn it over to the light so that your journey can begin. And then my book takes us down the Amazon in the river, and it's real, but it was also a metaphor, because I put myself in a boat, lost my oars, and then I had to surrender. Struggled for a while to try to get those oars back, but then I had to surrender. And that's where we are right now. We have to surrender. We have to surrender to something much greater than we can even imagine. I had to surrender to the river. I had no idea where it was going to take me, or how fast it would go, or what would happen when and where would I land. And that's where we are now. We have no idea on some level where this is going to take us. But what I want to share with you today is that we can access that inner strength that will assure us that we do know. We do know where we're going. And where we're going is that sacred journey home. It's a true and precious journey back to ourselves. So I welcome you, I invite you, if you feel like it, to start with me on the first chakra. I find that our journey through the chakras is what accesses and awakens the cellular memory that is in us, that will guide us. And it also awakens the soul's memory of wholeness, which we can then say, of course, that's who I am. No matter what happens outside, this is who I am. And so I invite you just to get comfortable, if it feels right, and join me. We begin any journey, no matter what journey you're on, is to allow yourself just to take a breath. Just to take that simple breath and relax. And then take another deep and gentle breath. And allow yourself to pay attention. Just to notice your breath going into your body, through your body, embracing your body. Notice your breath and allow it to go anywhere in your body that you need attention, that you may be holding on to some pain, or even in your emotions. Allow your breath to soothe you there, to bring you comfort. Our breath is the guiding force. That's what I found when I was in the jungle by myself. I found that I was breath. And I found that I came from the same source that moved the river. I came from the same source that moved the stars across the sky. I came from the same source that opened the flowers. I was that source. And as we breathe, and as we pay attention to our breath, and we allow it to breathe through us slowly and deepen, we begin to see that I am that life force energy. There's nothing I need to do to become it. I am it. So as I breathe into that, what begins to happen is I begin to awaken my chakras, which are the life force energy that are moving through us, in and out, opening us and releasing and receiving constantly. And this life force energy that comes through each of our chakras is 7 chakras. And I would like to share a meditation with you each time we meet. And I'm thinking maybe once a week. So as you breathe, as you get comfortable, join me. Join me in allowing your breath to go all the way to the very base of your spine. All the way, as if you can feel yourself being held by your breath. And then take another deep breath and feel your bones. Feel your own structure holding you. And allow yourself to kind of rest in that. To kind of surrender to your own bones, your own structure, what holds you up. And then breathe into what has meaning for you. What do you believe in? What is sustainable in your own consciousness? What do you believe in? Let that be your foundation. Let that hold you. Let that guide you. Let that give you the strength and the courage to build your foundation. And then what I find that's so important, especially right now, is that it's our ancestors that we find in our first chakra. It's represented by the Kundalini, the serpent that rises from the earth and moves through us. It's a Kundalini energy that rises and gives us the energy that we can keep moving forward. But that at the very base of our spine is the ancient ones that have gone before us. It is our ancestors. It is those that have been where we are right now. Those that have suffered and found their courage in their suffering. That have moved through the pain and transformed it so they could create a new life for themselves. They are with us now. So if it feels right, take another deep breath, close your eyes, and imagine, just imagine for a moment that your ancestors are with you. Perhaps you will see a circle of them from generations gone by with you now. Or maybe you will see one that will come and stand before you. Maybe you will feel this ancestor. Maybe you will sense it. Maybe you will actually see it. But whoever comes to you, just imagine noticing every detail about that ancestor. There's nothing to do, but allow yourself to connect, to see who has come to be with me. Perhaps it's a grandmother or someone that you know in this life, or perhaps it's someone you've never met and it's part of your lineage. If you're part of American Indian, perhaps it's one of your ancestors. If you are Japanese, perhaps it was the samurai or the Ainu Indians. Whoever comes to you, allow yourself to thank them, to know that you are carrying. You have witnessed their struggle, and you have witnessed and felt in your own bones their pain. But for a moment, can you imagine and allow yourself to receive the gifts that they long to give you? You are their child. They have lived long enough so that you would be born. Through you, through your willingness to receive their love and their gifts, you validate their life. You being willing to say yes to their presence, you free them. You truly free them. For you know that their life moves on and lives on through you. And their gifts, their love, will also be passed on to your offspring, your children, and their children. This is how we connect with the love that's already inside of us, that moves through our veins, that moves and lives in our bones. It comes from our ancestors. This is the first chakra. Allow them to hold you. Allow them to validate your life. Allow them to guide you, especially now through this time. No. They have everything you need to move forward now. If you just allow them to hold you, protect you, guide you, and love you. So to our ancestors, maybe you want to build an altar, a light, candle, something that represents them, and simply say thank you. Thank you for the life that you have given me. And now I am open and ready to receive the sacred gifts that you long for me to receive. That is all they want. And once we do, we will have the medicine we need to get through this time. Because in our bones, in our DNA, we will know, I have the medicine within me. The courage, the strength, the life, the energy that will guide me now. So many, many blessings to you all. Thank you so much for joining me. If you want to get my book, it's just out now. You can go on Amazon and just Amazon Books and put in my name, and it will come up, The Sacred Journey Home. And then you can follow along with me for our next meeting, which will be the second chakra, which is very powerful. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. We were meant for this time. We were born for this time. So we do have the answers within us. And we will move through this. And we will come out the other side with a lot of strength and a lot of information and a lot of courage. So many blessings to you now. And I will sign off. But thank you so much for joining me. Many blessings.